What if I told you that the most dramatic financial transformation in your life doesn't happen when you hit your first $1,000, or even your first $10,000, but when you cross the $20,000 mark? It's not just a number. It's a turning point, the moment where money starts working for you, not against you. Because $20,000 isn't just savings. It's the gateway to leverage, freedom, and control over your life. Welcome to Financial Freedom. Today, I'll show you why everything changes once you hit that $20,000 milestone, and how to get there faster than you think. Before you reach $20,000, money feels fragile. Every emergency feels like a threat. A flat tire, a medical bill, or a sudden layoff can wipe out months of progress. At this stage, you're not building wealth, you're surviving. Your brain is focused on protection, not growth. You feel like you're one bad day away from losing control. That's why most people never escape this phase. But once you reach $20,000, the game changes. Because at that point, money stops being a constant source of anxiety and starts becoming a tool for opportunity. It's not about being rich yet. It's about being stable enough to think clearly. And clarity is where wealth begins. $1,000 feels like safety for a week. $10,000 feels like safety for a few months. But $20,000? That's when your money starts creating mental space. You stop making decisions out of fear. You start planning from strategy. You no longer panic when a bill comes due. You don't chase instant gratification, because you finally have options. That's the true power of $20,000. Not the amount, but the control it gives you. And when your emotions calm down, your logic takes over. That's when you start investing, taking calculated risks, and multiplying what you already have. Think of wealth like a snowball. When it's small, it rolls slowly and melts quickly. But once it's big enough, gravity takes over, and it grows by itself. The $20,000 mark is when your snowball becomes heavy enough to roll downhill. You begin earning interest that actually feels meaningful. You start investing in assets that produce returns, not just safe savings. And you realize, the goal isn't to save forever, it's to deploy money effectively. At $20,000, your mindset transforms from, how do I earn more? To, how do I make what I have grow on its own? That's a complete psychological and financial shift. Before $20,000, every decision is emotional. You buy things for comfort. You chase validation. You focus on looking successful instead of building success. After $20,000, everything changes. You start questioning every purchase. Does this give me freedom, or take it away? You move from consumption to creation. From working for others to working for yourself. Before $20,000, you think about income. After $20,000, you think about assets. And that's where exponential growth begins. If you have $1,000 and you earn 10% a year, you make $100. At $10,000, 10% gives you $1,000. At $20,000, that same 10% gives you $2,000. That's an extra month of living expenses. And if you reinvest it, next year, you earn on $22,000. Then $24,200. Then $26,620. Now the curve bends upward. You're compounding at a rate that feels real. This is when time becomes your ally, not your enemy. So how do you actually get there? Not through luck. Not through inheritance. Through systems. Here's a framework that works. Automate your savings. Don't rely on motivation. Build automation into your banking. Track your burn rate. Know exactly how much it costs you to live per month. Earn more intentionally. Every extra dollar can accelerate your journey. Invest early, even small amounts. The habit matters more than the amount. If you save and invest consistently, you'll be shocked how fast $20,000 appears. When you hit $20,000, the returns you earn become visible. Let's say you invest $20,000 in a diversified portfolio averaging 8%. That's $1,600 per year in passive growth, or $133 per month. It's not a huge number, but it's powerful because it's effortless. Your money is now generating value without you lifting a finger. You start realizing the secret. Wealth isn't about how hard you work. It's about how well your money works for you. After $20,000, your growth compounds faster because you've built the foundation for momentum. And the best part? It's easier to go from $20,000 to $100,000 than it was to go from $0 to $20,000. Because now, you're not climbing, you're being lifted by compounding. This milestone also transforms how you feel about life. You stop comparing yourself to others. You start focusing on your path. You stop living paycheck to paycheck. You start building systems and boundaries. You stop chasing short-term pleasure. You start building long-term stability. The peace that comes from that realization? Priceless. That's when wealth becomes more than numbers. It becomes emotional freedom. You finally understand. Money was never the goal. Freedom was. Once you hit $20,000, don't get comfortable. Get strategic. Turn that $20,000 into your wealth engine. Use it to buy your first index fund portfolio. Start a small online business. Invest in skills that increase your income. Build an emergency fund that gives you calm. At this stage, every dollar should have a purpose. That's how you turn $20,000 into $50,000, then $100,000, then financial independence. Here's the truth most people miss. The journey to $20,000 changes you more than it changes your bank account. It teaches you consistency. It forces you to understand money management. It builds discipline, patience, and vision. That's why people who reach $20,000 can reach $200,000, because they've built the mindset first. Money doesn't make you smart. Discipline makes you rich. $20,000 is the first reward for mastering yourself. So remember this. The first $1,000 feels good. The first $10,000 feels great. But the first $20,000? That's when life begins to transform. Because now, you have the foundation to create something bigger than survival. You have momentum. You have options. You have freedom. So don't stop when you hit $20,000. Celebrate it, then multiply it. Because after that milestone, everything transforms. If this message inspired you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Financial Freedom, and share this with someone who's chasing stability instead of purpose. Remember, it's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep, grow, and master. Your journey to financial transformation starts today.